Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to another episode of Mobile Music Online. We're so glad that you're able to join us. Let's get started. Today, we're working on our recorders. First, we will have our rhythm review. We will be reviewing the note duration for the whole note, the dotted half note, the quarter, and the eighth note. There's a fun activity page that we have planned for you. We're going to take a closer look at that in just a few minutes. We will also have our note review. We will review how to play the B note, the A note, and the G note. We've already learned that music has a steady beat. Rhythm, on the other hand, is what makes us want to dance. It's the personality of the song. Rhythm is a pattern of long and short sounds that are played to the beat of the music, and it really makes us want to move our bodies. We're going to take a closer look at exactly what all of this means. In music, there are lots of different kinds of notes, and all of them follow a beat, like your pulse or your heartbeat. A beat in music sets the speed of the song. This is a whole note. Do you remember how many beats a whole note gets? A whole note lasts for 4 beats. This is a half note. How many beats does a half note last for? It gets 2 beats. This is a quarter note. How many beats does the quarter note get? It gets 1 beat. This is an eighth note. Most of the time it is shown in sets of 2. They are joined together by a beam. An eighth note lasts for 1/2 of a beat, so 2 eighth notes will sound like this. Okay, it's time to see what you understand. It's time for our activity. For today's activity, you will need your activity page and a pencil. At this time, we're going to ask your teacher to pause the video and to pass out today's activity page. Once everyone is ready, please press play to continue the lesson. We have for you our music math note duration worksheet. Now, the instructions say, write the number of beats each note gets in the box next to it. Well, it's supposed to say next to it. I'll fix that. So here we have what type of note? A quarter note. And we know that a quarter note gets how many beats? 1 beat. So we're going to put the number 1 here. Our next note is a half note. And a half note gets how many beats? You're right, 2 beats. Now a half note with a little dot next to it is called a dotted half note. And it gets 3 beats. Perfect. And this little note that looks like a donut, you're right, it's a whole note. And yes, it gets 4 beats. What type of note is this? It's an eighth note. And an eighth note gets, this is a little tricky, yes, 1/2 of a beat. So it's very quick. Now what you're going to do, this is helpful. You're going to look at the duration for each of these notes, and you're going to add them up to get your final answer. So let's do the first one together.
A quarter note gets how many beats? 1. I'm going to put 1 here. You don't have to, but for demonstration purposes, or just to make it easy for you, I'll put the 1 there, and then we have a plus. And how many beats does this note get, the dotted half note? Well, if you forget, it's up here. 3 beats. And now all we have to do is complete the math problem. 1 plus 3 is equal to 4. And that's pretty much what we're going to ask you to do for the rest of the page. So we're going to ask our teacher to please give you some time to finish it up. You can pause the video and we'll come back and see how you did. Have fun. Welcome back, everybody. And hopefully you had a nice time adding the note durations. And hopefully it wasn't that difficult. So let's see how you did. Let's move on to this next problem. So we know that this is what kind of note? A whole note. It gets 4 beats. Plus what kind of note? A dotted half. And it gets 3 beats. So 4 plus 3, 7. Our next one, this is a half note and then plus a quarter note. So you should have 3. Good job. What type of note? Whole note. Gets how many beats? 4. Plus what kind of note? Quarter note. How many beats? 1. You should have 5 there. What type of note? Quarter note. How many beats does it get? 1. Same thing. Quarter note gets 1 beat. Gives us how many? 2. What type of note? Half note gets how many beats? 2. Plus another half note gets 2 beats. 2 plus 2 is 4. I'm going to move it up here. Now the next one is a little tricky. But you guys are pretty smart. That's why I gave it to you. What type of note is this? 8th note. And it gets how many beats? 1/2 of the beat. So 1/2 of something added to another half of something gives you a whole one of something. So 1/2 pizza pie. Miss Christine ate. You guys ate the other half of the pie. Means you ate the whole thing, and Miss Robin did not get not one little piece. Okay. What kind of note is this? The quarter note gets 1 beat. What kind of note is this? It's a dotted half note. And it gets, you got it, 3 beats. So the total should be 4 beats. Perfect. Now I always forget you guys put your name first. So if you haven't already, please put your name at the bottom of the page. So by now you should be experts on the quarter note, the half note, the dotted half note, the whole note, and the 8th note. And I know you already know this, but just as a reminder, there are rests to go along with each one of these durations. And we will be talking about that pretty soon.
Let me introduce you to the song Hot Cross Buns. That's our new song that we're going to be learning on the recorder, and it's a great way to help us review the three notes B, A, and G. So before we actually play, let's sing it on ta. 1, 2, ready, and ta, 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 ta. I think we're ready to play our recorder. Please take out your recorder and go into the ready position. Great job, everyone. You can continue to practice by looking on the playlist for the title of the song. Try to practice at least once a day for about 5 minutes. Well, that's about all the time we have. Until next time, keep a song in your heart, a beat in your step, and perform the very best in all that you do. Until next time, see you later, boys and girls.